Cole shit from whatever video you watch. Thank you for coming. You know, let's get into the shit.
Yeah.
J. Cole dropped some bullshit.
Yeah. Surprise project. Might delete later. I don't think it really landed.
I mean, I had high expectations. Not because of any of like the new stuff going on with Kendrick, obviously, but I think Cole has been rapping motivated recently.
Yeah.
You know, he did the little surprise drop thing on YouTube with Might Delete Later, which we now know ties into the album.
Yeah.
But he has been getting a lot of praise from both fans and the critics. It seemed like he was in a space where he wanted to drop some heat. I thought the Fall Off was next.
It was supposed to be. Oh, I think this is just like a little. I feel like these are fall off throwaways.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I think
kind of
from
the energy I got.
I think from my perspective, like this project was gonna come out regardless. He dropped it the weekend of Dreamville. I'm sure he's been recording music on the road. He's been doing those Might Delete Later blogs.
Yeah.
Where he was previewing music. I think these are just throwaways, bro. I think within the context of what happened with Kendrick, I mean, it's just a wash, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
There's nothing competitive about this. And honestly, let me take a moment to say, I would like to use my platform on the Stereovision to say this. J. Cole is no longer a part of the big three. It is Drake, Kendrick, Future, Drake, Kendrick, Kanye, whatever you want to do, but this guy's no longer hip-hop, bro. He's no longer hip-hop.
You can't say he's not.
Oh, and let me give some context. So, tonight at Dreamville, J. Cole went on stage and apologized for the Kendrick Lamar diss. He said, I want to apologize. It doesn't sit right with my spirit. I love my brother. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing. But that's why I can confidently get up here and say that this guy is no longer hip-hop and no longer part of the big three. Bro.
All right, so now that we're done being dramatic.
No, this is real, bro. And I know you agree.
I'm not.
And let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for real. Bro, J. Cole's last great and classic project was 2014.
I 100% agree. I'm not saying that he's not top 3 no more. Because honestly, after this, he's a feature guy.
Yeah, he's not top 3.
Like, he's been bodying features. That's been the shit that's been really cracking off for him recently. A lot of his solo songs and solo work I haven't been resonating with. Not to say he's bad. Not to say he's not hip-hop. I won't go that far. Because I think he does embody some of the positive things still in hip-hop. And I think he's trying to uplift the genre. But and I think Drake might experience this too. You can't rap with this dude Kendrick, bro.
Yeah.
He's like the boogeyman, bro. Like, they woke up the wrong nigga, and I don't think that they really have the energy or the pen necessarily to keep up. And when you're kind of forced into a corner and you have to respond, it's not really something you want to do. Like, I don't think his heart was really into this.
Yeah.
It came off like that.
And I mean, that's I think more important than the actual bars is the delivery. You know what I mean? And when Kendrick dropped that verse, he was fucking
sounded pissed.
shooting.
He sounded pissed.
And you felt the energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cole might have wrote some good bars. You know what I mean? But you could tell he didn't even believe him.
I mean,
saying Kendrick has like a weak catalog, like that's just not true.
And like
everybody knows that's not true.
It was the To Pimp a Butterfly thing for me.
Yeah.
When you're going to hate on To Pimp a Butterfly as J. Cole, knowing what you represent, knowing the type of music that you put out, and you're going to judge, you're going to say To Pimp a Butterfly put niggas to sleep, that's hate.
It's
and
crazy
you're just
hate.
playing to like get an internet reaction.
Everything he said about Kendrick could be said about him. What? KOD, For Your Eyes Only. What was that basketball project called?
The off season.
Bro, these are all bad projects. Lots of great singles. Dreamville project was great. But again, and I'll say this again because I don't think people heard me the first time. When you get washed by DaBaby on the opening track, how can we call you a great, bro? Your last great project was Forest Hills Drive. I don't want to hear any more J. Cole is top 3, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. I've been hearing it for the past decade. I'm tired of it. This guy might be top 5, maybe.
Cole is talented too. That's why it sucks. And I know he has it in him. You know, I don't know why'd he drop this? Why not just wait till the fall off?
That's what I was asking. I was like, okay, maybe like a 2-song. A 2-pack with
the best two.
Kendrick diss on the end and the first one being like Crocodile Tears. Like, that's dope.
And it
but
gives
like
me,
he doesn't need this.
It also gives me, it's like, what is the fall off even going to sound like? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what it's giving.
What do you mean?
I just,
no, it's like, what is this going to sound like? It's this, you know, like, yeah. Yeah, we're coming with the sassy bars today. But go ahead.
I'm just going to say,
I've
like,
said what I need to say, honestly.
I think a big thing that people like shoot at Kendrick for in this diss too is like not dropping enough music, but we're seeing the result of what bad drops do with him and Drake. You know what I mean? Like these last projects are devaluing their music.
He had a bar on this when he was literally like, you can't hit every time. You know what I mean? I don't remember which one on which song it was on. I think it might have been an earlier track, but he's like, you got to shoot more basically, and like not everyone's gonna land, but you got to try. I'm like, I don't agree with that at all. As a top rapper in the game, especially if you're coming up, sure, put out music. You need to get a fan base. You need to develop a sound, all that. But once you're established and you know kind of where your place is in the game and people are looking for you to drop not only solid projects, but shit that's going to shift the culture, you have to take that moment and really understand what you're doing every time you go to do a project.
Yeah.
I feel like Cole and Drake have kind of, like you said, devalued that, but you're older now. You know, I expect more like a little more, not, I don't want to say maturity, because like, you know, if he wants to drop, you could drop. Like, you know, I mean, he's still a musician, artist at the end of the day, probably wants to put his shit out, but I don't know. It kind of just didn't get me any more excited for the fall off, and I really had high expectations for that too.
Yeah. One thing I liked about this is the production. I thought his beat selection was more interesting than it's been.
Oh, bro, the Trey, The Truth, and Ibiza.
Yeah.
That, if Drake would have rapped on that, would have been crazy.
Yeah, the soul samples, and even like the more like trap beats, like the Alligator Tears beat is really dope with that horn. You know what I mean?
These
or Crocodile Tears.
These first two, Pricey and Crocodile Tears, I really like them.
Yeah,
I was a fan.
HYB, that instrumental is also fire. I just ever since like once J. Cole goes like A B C D E F G,
that shit made me want to throw my phone out the window.
That's like one of the worst bars of the year.
Wow, you can't.
But I mean, for being so talented, I think Cole can just be a little boring sometimes and a little tone deaf sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he necessarily is saying the right things all that. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't really read the climate of like the culture. I don't think that well.
Yeah, I think part of his appeal is honestly might be that. Because for so long, I was like, why do people feel like he's so deep? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he really is just like the common man. Like, he's just like saying what he feels, not necessarily backing it up with facts, but like kind of speaking to that, like maybe like middle America, southern America, like type vibe where it's like, bro, they just feel away and they're just going to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just so straightforward. It's very, very straightforward. It's something like you get. I say this about J. Cole every time I talk about J. Cole. At this point, like everyone knows, if you aren't going back and peeling back layers every time you're listening to a song over and over again, I feel like you're not really accomplishing the goal as a rapper. As a rapper especially, you know what I mean? Because I think when you're singing and the lyrics are straightforward, if it sounds beautiful, you can convey emotion through that. I think someone like Kendrick and Cole will approach the same subject matter, and Kendrick might come up with a metaphor or something like it, you know what I mean? To where you kind of have to think about it a little more. Cole is just going to say it straightforward, which is good because I think, you know what I mean? Anyone could get the lyrics, like you said, you know? Right. Someone who maybe hasn't lived all these experiences, you know, they're going to be able to hear this and be like, okay, this makes sense. I get what you're saying. This is a message I can get behind.
Yeah.
Whereas Kendrick's going to make you work for it a little bit more. But like, that also adds value as you listen.
Oh, yeah. No, like, it's like you tell both of them to, like, make a song about sex, and Kendrick might make These Walls where Cole makes Math Class Boner.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. And it's, you know, relatable. But
you got boner in math class?
No, I'm saying the whole life. I hate you.
You got a boner right now? Pause.
Yo, what? This is what J. Cole brings out of you. This is what J. Cole brings out of this nigga, bro.
Man, J. Cole is finished, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, you know what? I don't want to exaggerate. I don't think he's yet a casualty of the rap civil war, but it's close, bro. He's, and his core fans are going to ride for him. I'm sure everyone in Dreamville was cheering their ass off. They're like, yes, love, peace, unity. But it's over for you, buddy. You're done. You're done.
Jose got smoke for Cole. Jose got smoke for Cole for sure.
You just don't even know how many Cole arguments I've been in, bro. And I'm glad that I'm finally being proved. Right
yeah, I'm not going to even sit here and just keep. Yeah, we know how we feel about it. It could have been better.
He needs to stay out of the ring. You know what I mean? He needs to go do his peace, love, positivity thing. He's good at that.
I'm excited I'm excited for what Drake has to say.
I'm excited for that. You saw the picture?
Okay. Let's really
Wait,
talk.
wait, yeah, let's
he
hear it.
posted his notebook with the NBA
Yeah.
championship trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
On his story.
I think Drake has a chance because he has a little bit more cool factor than Cole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he might go and really talk how he needs to on some shit like this, you know, like take direct shots, be a little bit more aggressive. He's not going to need 7 minutes to do it, and it might be a thumper. Because I think that's the underrated part about Like That, bro. Like, the song slaps.
Yeah, that's 100% it.
You have
It
to
broke
make
all the
song-
records, bro.
Yeah.
It's breaking so many records.
If you're going to do that, you got to make a slapper, and I think Drake has the potential to do that. When do you think it's going to come out?
I hope soon. I feel like it needs to come out soon. I'm trying to think if he could be strategic and if he has anything else lined up. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping in the next like week. Well, I guess next week Future and Metro are dropping again.
You know?
He should probably drop on their project.
Ooh.
That would be fire.
He should probably drop on their project
That
because
would be
Ooh.
fire.
I thought he might do like the week after, but I kind of like that angle better.
Yeah.
it'd be tough.
See who really puts up the numbers.
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
that's why Drake has a chance. Is because it's like Cole was dissing Kendrick, but really Kendrick is everything Cole ever wanted to be. You know what I mean?
crazy. You're
No,
crazy.
No, it's facts.
I know. I'm not.
It's facts. But Drake is like a different beast. You know what I mean? Because that's a dude that has a different approach. You know what I mean? That makes hits. You know what I mean? That numbers wise is washing Kendrick. You know what I mean? So then it's more of like, I don't know. That beef is going to be really exciting.
And I think Drake has the internet. I think one thing that like was impactful that I heard when I was in New York, I was like getting lunch with a friend who's like an influencer and like in the music space. And it's like, I know that Drake follows her, right? And we were just talking about it, and she was just like, yeah, bro. Like, I mean, obviously I'm not going to necessarily say anything negative about Drake. And I thought about it. I was like, bro, Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, any big influencer in the game right now, like Drake has co-signed, probably sent gifts, you know what I'm saying, has really big up them. Like, those are big examples, but at even a lower level, he's always in the culture and always on the internet and always doing things to make people feel like he fucks with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, when it comes to the wartime, it's like he has the streets, bro. He has the internet.
Yeah.
And the internet is gonna change the tide, bro. It's like at the end of the day, it's the people's choice.
That's where the public decision is going to be made on the internet, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. It's you got to come with some shit
Nah.
because Kendrick set the bar very high.
Yeah.
Kendrick set the bar very high, and that cannot be overstated. But another casualty from all of this is Bryson Tiller.
Ooh.
This was supposed to be his little drop weekend, and it was definitely not. He dropped his self-titled project after dropping 2 really great singles and clips on Outside.